Hello, adventurers. So, you've made your way to Japan, and someone drops this word on you. NISA. Is it some kind of tax-free treasure chest, or a shortcut to the abyss? If you've never heard of it, or only vaguely have, don't worry. In this quest, with the help of NISA, a baby Godzilla-like crocodile officially sponsored by the Japanese government, let's explore this beast together. NISA stands for Nippon Individual Savings Account, a tax-free investment account for residents of Japan. It's a way to grow your money by investing, without paying taxes on your gains. As of 2024, NISA has two parts: the recurring track and the growth track. You can use both tracks in the same year, but there's an annual cap. Up to 2.4 million yen can go into the growth track. And the total across both tracks can't exceed 3.6 million yen per year, with a lifetime cap of 18 million yen. Once you invest through NISA, both your capital gains and dividends are completely tax-free. There's no expiration date on that benefit. Stay within your limits, and anything you earn through your investments is yours to keep. Let's break down the two tracks. With the recurring track, you invest through automated contributions. You're limited to a list of low-cost, long-term mutual funds, but there's still a solid variety to choose from, especially index funds. Think of it as the steady, beginner-friendly route, ideal for growing your investments consistently over time. Depending on the provider, you can set up contributions to happen monthly, weekly, or even daily. Some platforms also allow bonus contributions once or twice a year, often around seasonal bonuses. The key is that you're committing to a recurring investment habit, not one-time lump sums. In contrast, the growth track gives you more freedom. Here, you can make flexible, one-off investments whenever you want, no schedule required. You can buy ETFs, individual stocks, including both Japanese and US companies, and other approved financial products, depending on your platform. You can't invest directly in crypto or individual bonds, but bond ETFs are allowed. So if you're aiming for stability, there are still options. So if you're imagining wild trades and fast flips, NISA's not that kind of adventure. But if you're here for the long game, it's a powerful way to build wealth without handing over part of your gains in taxes. Before we talk about whether you should use NISA, let's first understand why this system even exists. In Japan, a large share of wealth is held by regular people, but most of it is just sitting in cash. A 2019 report from Mitsubishi UFJ Trust Bank found that the masses and upper masses held 42% of the country's financial assets. Recent data from Nomura Research Institute puts it at 45%. By contrast, in the US, that number is just 18%, because most financial assets are concentrated among the ultra-wealthy. But here in Japan, everyday people actually hold a lot of money. They're just not investing it. That's where NISA comes in. It was designed to tap into this idle cash, to make it easier, safer, and more appealing for people to start investing. And with Japan's rapidly aging population and a pension system under pressure, the message is clear: you can't rely on savings alone anymore. You need a way to grow your money, and NISA is one of the few ways to do that tax-free. And yes, foreign residents can use it, too. So, NISA sounds useful, but is it actually for you? If you're a foreigner living in Japan, and you're planning to stay a few years or more, NISA might be one of the easiest ways to start investing, without the tax headaches. It's especially worth considering if you're a student, worker, or freelancer trying to build long-term savings. You've got some extra cash you don't want to leave sitting in a regular bank account. You're planning to stay in Japan for 3+ years, or possibly long-term. You want to start small. NISA is great for monthly investing, even with just a few thousand yen at a time. On the other hand, NISA might not be for you if you're only in Japan for a short time. You need full English support for every step and don't feel confident handling forms in Japanese. Or you're looking for high-risk, high-speed trading, because NISA is definitely not built for that. That said, it's more flexible than it looks. You can sell your investments at any time, and the amount you withdraw is restored to your lifetime limit, meaning you can reinvest it later. NISA isn't just for rich people or financial experts. It's for anyone who wants to build up a little gold over time, without losing part of it to taxes. Most newcomers first hear about NISA through their bank. It's convenient, they already have your info. Maybe they even suggest setting it up for you right on the spot. But here's the catch: you can only open one NISA account at a time, and it must be with a single institution. You can't just open another somewhere else if you change your mind. You'll need to go through a formal transfer process. Banks usually don't offer stocks, and their fund lineup tends to be more limited and less competitive compared to what securities firms provide. They're often less flexible with minimum investment amounts, and you might have fewer options for customizing your recurring investment schedule. And finally, if you want to switch later, it's possible, but slow. You'll have to close your current account, obtain a transfer certificate, and submit paperwork to your new provider. Now, that doesn't mean opening a NISA at your bank is automatically bad. If your bank offers investment options that match your goals, and you're fine with the setup, it's totally valid. But if you want more product variety, better flexibility, lower fees, or access to stocks and ETFs, then avoiding this trap from the beginning will save you time, paperwork, and a potential headache later. So if banks might not be the best starting point, where should you open your NISA? The best options are usually securities firms, especially the big online ones like Rakuten Securities, SBI Securities, Monex, Matsui Securities. These platforms offer a wide selection of funds, including many index funds and ETFs, access to Japanese and US stocks under the growth track, lower fees compared to banks, and better flexibility with scheduling and minimum investment amounts. They also integrate well with certain banks, which can make managing your money a lot smoother. Rakuten Securities works seamlessly with Rakuten Bank. SBI Securities pairs well with SBI Shinsei Bank or Neobank, both of which are popular among foreigners. Monex also connects nicely with SBI Shinsei, for those who already use or prefer it. If you're not sure which bank works best for your situation, I actually covered that in a separate video, ranking Japan's most foreigner-friendly banks, based on my own experience. Check that one out if you want to build the right combo for your needs. And here's a critical security note, as I'm an information security specialist. In early 2025, nearly 1,500 accounts across all major securities platforms were compromised through either phishing or malware attacks. If you're opening a NISA with any of these platforms, basic two-factor authentication, like codes sent via email or SMS, might not be secure enough. Instead, I recommend you choose platforms that support FIDO authentication keys, device-based authentication, or two-factor authentication through Authenticator app. These are significantly harder to bypass, even with malware involved. SBI and Monex provide such security measures, and Rakuten has suspended SMS authentication, but still uses email. And in fact, by late May 2025, two-factor authentication will become mandatory for all securities accounts in Japan. So set it up as soon as you open your account. And remember, you can only have one NISA account, so choose carefully. It's much easier to pick the right party at the start than to change parties mid-quest. So, NISA isn't flashy, but if you're planning to stay in Japan, it's one of the most practical ways to grow your treasure tax-free. Markets might feel shaky right now, with headlines about tariffs, fear of recession, or global uncertainty, but the truth is, they always feel uncertain. The point of NISA isn't to time the market perfectly. It's to start building, steadily and consistently, whether through stocks, index funds, or bond funds, while avoiding unnecessary taxes along the way. So if you've opened a NISA already, where did you do it? Are you happy with the choice, or thinking of switching? Let me know in the comments. And if you're just getting started, I hope this helped you understand the system and pick the right strategy for your own quest. If you found this useful, give it a like, subscribe, and check out the other videos on the channel. Until next time, may your stash overflow, and your game level up.